We are going to make a Tres Leches Latte. We're going to be making a latte with 3 different kind of milks, obviously inspired by Tres Leches cake.
That's not milk, that's cinnamon. The other milk is over there. I'll put my glasses on. Oh. So, the Tres Leche cake is one of my favorite cakes to make. It's a classic. It's amazing. If you never made it. Now, everyone always asks me, anytime a birthday or celebrations come around, they're like, can you make your Tres Leche cake? So we're like, let's make it into a latte. We have sweetened condensed milk, which is just amazing. And then we have cinnamon from
Turkey, right?
Turkey. Cinnamon.
In a previous episode.
Yeah. And this stuff is, again, if you want good spices, go to like a market or like there's always like a Asian food store or like an Indian spice store, like at least where I've always grown up. And those are the best places to buy your spices. Oh gosh, that does not even,
that.
It does not smell like normal cinnamon. It just hits you so hard. So this has been the secret to a good Tres Leche cake, and it will be the secret to a great latte.
It's true. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where to start. I say
the milk.
Let's start with the milk first. We probably shouldn't steam the sweetened condensed.
Oh, maybe we should.
I think we should.
I think we should. I say we pour it all in. I think it would be weird if we don't steam it.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
What should our ratios be here? That's what we got to figure out.
Yeah.
Is it in a Tres Leches cake? Is it like a 1-to-1-to-1?
No,
probably not.
No, it's give me the milk. I'm gonna eyeball this one.
Okay. So we'll want for a traditional latte 8 ounces of total non-espresso liquid. So that's 2 ounces.
This is 2. Okay.
So
okay, normally. So I got 8 ounces to work with, is what you're saying? Okay.
I would say you treat the sweetened condensed as a syrup.
Yeah.
And do roughly...
So 2. That's 4. I know it's usually in the cake recipe. I usually have the recipe in front of me. I know it's more milk. I think it's like a cup of this and then or 4 cups of that and then some of this.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to do 4 ounces of milk, 1 ounce of sweetened condensed milk.
That's probably good.
I might see what 1 ounce looks like that.
Yeah.
And we might add another just ounce of that. We're going to kind of start small.
Evaporated milk, I don't know if you're going to notice this in the latte too much. You're going to notice that deliciousness.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of half. I need a towel.
Yes.
Oh, geez. Thank you. Okay, so this stuff is so good.
And in my mind, I'm like, you almost treat it like an orgeat syrup, which is an orgeat syrup is 1-to-1 almond milk and sugar. Which I don't know if that's a 1-to-1 ratio, but that's kind of a similar idea. So I'm like, if you treat sweetened condensed milk as a syrup, I'm curious what that will yield and do. Well, I'm going to brew the espresso.
Yeah, you start brewing the espresso.
That's ready to go.
Sweetened condensed milk, you can make it at home. It takes some time, but it is 1-to-1. It's sugar, milk, equal parts. You boil it down. And it's quite delicious. Can I see the stirring spoon?
You can. This is a side note, but I've noticed with this espresso machine, you got to stop it like halfway to get the proper ratios right. Otherwise, it'll just brew like double. How's that looking in there?
It's looking pretty good.
Okay.
That tastes like
Milky?
Tres Leche.
Milky?
Yeah, no, that's I say we do, honestly, we're 2 ounces short right now.
I mean, you could go flat white.
I think a flat white might be good. I'm honestly going to
just do that.
I didn't think I was going to do more evaporated milk, but So it's 2 ounces evaporated milk. I just feel like that's going to be definitely not more sweetened condensed milk. And I feel like if we added just more milk, it would just kind of taste like a latte.
Yeah,
that's where we're kind of at.
We'll see.
So the updated recipe, 4 ounces of milk, 1 ounce of sweetened condensed milk, 2 ounces of evaporated milk, and we're going to go from there.
All right. Let's just steam this thing.
Let's do it. If you've never made tres leche cake, it's super simple. A lot of times they'll put like whipped cream on top. I don't really do that, but it's an amazing dessert. You can find a lot of good recipes. I think Bon Appetit is the one I always go to, and it is so tasty.
Yeah. There's going to be no latte art. There never is, but I'm going to try. That never stops me. This doesn't feel any like thicker than normal milk. That's not like that. A little bit maybe, but not like what I thought. Yeah, dude, that's just all bad foam. All right, sprinkle that with a little bit of. Oh, that's like got a good like 1/2 inch of foam on there. See,
Yeah, dump half.
I mean, unless you want to share a cup.
No, I do not want to do that. I'm gonna put mine at the bottom and see if how much. You know, I'm gonna add like a good.
Add a good pinch.
Almost like we're almost gonna do like a cafe miel, which is one of my favorite.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Oh, there you go. I'm not gonna lie, I was not
too bad.
Not expecting that to go that well.
All right, Tres Leches Latte.
I don't lie, it tastes like a normal latte.
A little bit, but there's something about it that I kind of like. I mean, it is a little bit like if you just put like simple syrup in a latte.
Yeah.
A little bit. But you've got there's a little bit of like a unique something going on in there.
I dig it. I like it. You definitely need like a good quality cinnamon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a little bit more depth than a normal latte.
Yeah.
I would say for sure.
I would almost try equal parts everything.
I mean, we can.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to remake this. I don't feel like doing dishes, so I'm going to grab some paper cups.
Smart. I mean, this is like, I'm enjoying this.
I think it's good.
It helps that cinnamon is just like super, it's almost floral and just how delicious it is. Like that's really taking this home. But other than that, it kind of does feel like just a normally sweetened latte with a hint of more depth, it's a little more creamy tasting, but not overly noticeable.
It's a good mix up. It's kind of like what's nice is always like a latte that is different, but not so different that someone's like scared to try it.
That would fit this. This would fit in that category for sure.
It's very approachable. It's just fun. Honestly, that is just really delicious. Actually coming back to it. I think I had high expectations of it being so different.
Yeah.
But I kind of enjoy, I think I just had too much foam.
That could be.
Getting down to the bottom.
Yeah. It does have like I said, but it's got a little bit more of a creamy depth to it.
Yeah.
Than in like a normal latte. Which I guess if you think about it, like obviously syrups, it's half water. And obviously it's like, okay, if you're putting an ounce of a simple syrup into a latte, you're really only adding a 1/2 ounce of water to a latte. But like, I don't know.
It thins it out quite a bit. I like how it's like, it makes me go, maybe more coffee shops. I think we're onto something. More coffee shops should do sweetened condensed milk as a syrup and not water. Because there's no different, like if you could do a cinnamon syrup, a vanilla syrup with using sweetened condensed milk. It's just water and sugar. So if you treat it the same, I'm like, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to just switch out a lot of your syrups with sweetened condensed milk.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing homemade syrups.
Interesting.
And I'm like, then you would literally be losing like your lattes would just be a little thicker because there's no water.
That would be like an interesting experiment for sure. And you could...
That's the next one.
Maybe. And you could even potentially try and like just to not have to make your own sweetened condensed milk to try and like infuse it with flavor or something.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know.
You could there's like some really nice high quality sweetened condensed milks out there.
Yeah.
That would kind of be fun. You know what?
Kind of fun.
Next episode, let's see. Because honestly, the other thing is this is the thing. If you're not making homemade syrups, this makes no sense. Those Tiranis will last past any World War III, and you can still use them.
It's going to expire faster.
Yeah, but it's going to be probably the same as your normal syrups. Like if you make a homemade syrup, you got 5 days.
True.
So I'm like, why not just make it? I don't know. So, okay. Redo.
What if, and I know it would get rid of the trace part, we just did evaporated milk and cut out the whole milk.
Oh yeah, let's try it.
Let's
try it. I'm down.
I need my box.
Dose milk.
Dos leche.
Dose leche. I'm excited. Okay. This one's good to go. Well, let's make some milk. Okay, so
you could even go. Yeah. I still like. I don't know if you want too much more sweetened condensed milk because I would say the sweetness level is like almost perfect.
I would say you're right. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if evaporated milk has any sweetness to it.
I don't believe it does, other than like natural milk sweetness.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
So it's maybe a little bit more because it's a little bit more condensed.
Well, so we're gonna do 6 ounces then. 6 ounces of evaporated milk, 2 ounces of sweetened condensed milk.
Let's try that.
Let's try it because it'll be like a little more.
We want it more sweet, but
you know what? Actually, we'll just stick to. Maybe it was like the fact that we had 4 ounces of milk in there.
Well, that's why I'm like, maybe if we try and
I'm wondering how well this is gonna steam.
Condensed it,
condensed it with sweetened condensed milk. Ooh. Someone in the comments is like, you just made freaking milk. We got sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk. I'm sure someone out there is like doing the math. They're like, did you just deconstruct milk and then remake milk?
I mean, we didn't do it. Tres Leches did.
Yeah, they did. You just can't do it right in the coupe.
If it fits in the coupe.
It fits. It ships. Let's go. No, it doesn't.
No, it does not fit.
No. Did you call it a coupe? Is it just a coupe?
I thought it was a coupe.
I'm pretty sure it's a coupe.
I'm like, a coupe.
Settle this in the comments. Is it a coupe glass or a coupe glass?
It's French.
I think it's coupe. I think this is going to be an amazing latte. I honestly have never had evaporated milk on its own. Vitamin D added.
How do you pronounce coupe? Oh, the sentence contains offensive content.
What?
That's not going to work.
No.
Okay. Well, settle them in the comments.
I would laugh if it's pronounced coupe and the other way is like a offensive derogatory term. We'll see. If
it is, I'm sorry.
We didn't know.
That is a lot thicker.
We should just have like whenever we steam stuff, like a little cat doing a record player.
Little mini games.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Just something. I feel like that's a good amount of cinnamon right there.
Yeah. It works for me.
It's a good amount. About like that. Not a ton.
I
feel like I added way too much to mine, so we've adjusted the cinnamon to just being like a tiny, like a 1/8 of a teaspoon. You okay?
Yep. I didn't get myself that time.
There you go.
That is like a weird color to sea milk. That's all I know.
Yeah.
We're going to do a rough half dosage of everything.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to add a little cinnamon to mine.
This is definitely, there's a lot more foam in this. It's really foamy. Okay.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Dos leches.
Dos
Latte.
leches. I think it's the evaporated milk.
Yeah, it smells a bit more
Smells.
unique this time.
That's a good way to put it. Oh, that's sweet.
That is really sweet. Did you do the same amount of sweetened condensed milk?
Yeah.
So that evaporated milk must just have more sweetness.
I guess so. I never would have guessed that. I would have thought the whole milk would have.
Hmm.
Oh, that is real sweet.
Yeah, that's really sweet. I mean, again, it does have a bit more of that, like, unexplainably milk taste that comes from, like, evaporated milk and sweetened condensed.
Yeah. I would almost say we nailed it the first time with.
Maybe we did.
Yeah, I think that was a
Maybe
better.
we did.
This is like a little too. This is almost like what I guess I expected the first time, where I'm like, oh, I want something that's like, that's Tres Leche. And I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, you want something a little more tamed.
Well, yeah, maybe just the drink itself, which kind of makes sense, is naturally going to be more mellow because you're just adding different kinds of milk to a milk-based drink. It's not going to taste that much different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of got the consistency.
I bet.
It honestly reminds me of like an eggnog.
Yeah, it does have that eggnoggy thickness.
Yeah. Kind of like a little funky. It's definitely fun. I would just experiment with it maybe a little bit, but I'm like, that's a Tres Leche better than a Dos Leche.
Yes. We messed with the classic.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I don't even want to know how much sugar is in this. Holy cow.
How much is sugars in evaporated milk?
Well,
there's no added sugar. So it says 3 grams of sugar.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so we got 18 grams. I think it's just 18 grams of sugar in 2 tablespoons. That's 9 grams of sugar in 1 tablespoon. Yeah, that's a lot of sugar.
I wouldn't say it's like that. To me, and maybe this comes back a little bit to personal taste, this tastes as sweet as like a standard latte I'd get at a coffee shop.
Yes.
I think standard lattes are too sweet at coffee shops.
That's a good way to put it.
So like if I got this at a coffee shop, I would be like, whoa, that's too much sugar. My personal taste, it is. But
I think it's delicious. I think it is like, this one is a little too sweet. I think there's like a certain taste with sweet condensed milk.
Yeah.
That's like very velvety and like rich. Mm-hmm. And I think I was hoping that would come through more with this recipe. And I think it just...
I'd say it did a little bit.
It did. Almost too much.
Yeah.
Pump the brakes a little bit.
A little bit.
But no, it definitely makes me go like, what else can we do with sweetened condensed milk? Because it is like a fun ingredient that makes sense to have in lattes.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say like, if you're going to do simple syrup, don't bother with potentially. I mean, this would need some more use case tests, but it's like, instead of doing if there's a drink with just a plain simple syrup, sub that out for sweetened condensed milk.
Yeah. I think
it'd be delicious.
I think it'd be delicious. A little chocolate on top. Like, I'm thinking like, some very, very bitter dark chocolate.
I mean, you could even throw, depending on what you do, some like fruit elements into this. Because I feel like I've seen Tres Leches with like strawberries on top.
Yeah. It really depends.
But it's like, it's such a like even base, really. It's milk and sugar. So it's basically a ultra condensed latte.
Yeah.
Without espresso.
Pretty much. It's delicious.
So
I love the Tres Leche cake. I think this is a win. I would say the first recipe of 4 ounces of whole milk, 2 ounces of evaporated milk, and then 1 ounce sweetened condensed milk. I'm sure you could do a little more milk, a little more evaporated milk.
Yeah.
And then probably 1/8 of a teaspoon, most high quality cinnamon.
Yeah, and you could potentially even experiment with like doing equal parts evaporated and whole.
Yeah.
And maybe that meets in the middle of the first tests.
Yeah. So a little bit under a traditional like latte.
Yeah.
10 ounces, you said?
In my opinion.
We were hitting like 6, 8 max. So it's more of like a flat white, I would say.
I guess that's true. But I feel like the ratios are good because if you up those ratios, it gets a little too sweet, a little too much. It is a bit of a richer latte.
Definitely.
So
a little velvety.
Like flat white. It's a good ratio.
I would say flat white's perfect. So make it at home, make it in a coffee shop. Let us know what you tweaked to make it dialed in, and have a Tres Leche Latte.